Isn't that a cool intro music? You gotta admit though, isn't it?
It's alright.
Well, thanks very much. What do you think of it, Brooke?
I'm just going to say the same thing he does. Like,
Thanks very much. Anyway, guys, hello. We are officially back. We're here now, live from the Moore household. Yes, we are back again for another podcast. This time, we're rebranded. This time, we're better. And this time, hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, we'll have sponsors as well. Welcome to the Moore Army Podcast, episode 1. I just thought I'd drag two grumpy teenagers in for this episode. To my right, I have the man who you've seen on our YouTube channel for the last lot of years, grown up into a young man with funny looking hair. And Brooke would agree with me on that one, wouldn't you, Brooke?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Aye, well, I have Lewis to my right, and straight ahead of me, I have the grumpy teenager herself as well, as always, Brooke. So, hello guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is the first podcast of many. This is the Tuesday episode, which is the family-friendly version. So, just want to let you know, guys, we will record a podcast every Tuesday and Thursday, dropping on Spotify and Apple Music, and also here on YouTube. So, if you're watching this or listening to us on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe below. And also, if you are listening to us on Apple Music or on Spotify, add us to your favourites and follow us as always. Well, you keep saying please. Well, anyway, how you doing today?
Not too bad.
Weren't too best pleased being dragged into this podcast, especially Brooke sitting beside me here.
no, I was going to have my nap.
Typical teenager. Anyway, yes, so we've got plenty to talk about in the first podcast. Hopefully these two will cheer up as the episode goes along, because they don't seem to be very, very grumpy. Yeah, so guys, we're back. We've had a bit of a break since the last podcast we done, which was nearly 2 years ago. What's happened since the last time we've done a podcast? We've had a pandemic, which we'll talk about that more on the unleashed version here on the show. We've had summer holidays. We've had multiple holidays. We've had football trips. Lewis now. Brooke has got herself a job, which is working now. Brooke passed her exam results. We've been on more summer holidays. And you two have grew into two grumpy teenagers. So
Thanks, love you too.
It's been fun times. Anyway, let's talk about what's been going on lately. Brooke, let's start with you. So this is going to be fun. Listen to this here. As you'll probably know if you watch our vlogs on YouTube, if you haven't checked them out, check out Moore Army YouTube channel, where Brooke passed her recent GCSE exam results and is currently back at school again for another 2 years. So Brooke, let's have a wee chit chat with you about this. How were you feeling getting into that morning? Because watching the vlog, you're a bit nervous, but really, how were you feeling that day?
I don't know, like, it was nerve-wracking because obviously I went through the whole 2 years of, I was meant to sit exams and stuff, obviously, previous years, but obviously COVID had stopped all that, and it's the first year in about a year, maybe 2 years nearly, that actually sat their GCSEs and didn't get predicted grades, so it was quite nerve-wracking, and I had to do a lot of it at home, and just scary, because I'm not good with exams. Like, I hate sitting them. They just make me so nervous, so trying to make sure that I got the best score and making sure I was doing everything right and passing all my coursework and making sure deadlines were met and stuff like that, and then having to go in and find out if I actually passed it was scary.
Let's talk about the morning of the actual exam results.
That's
when you got up that morning, you were scared. As you probably saw on the vlog, we went to the school and let's just say you got a bit of a surprise.
Definitely. Like, I was not expecting what I did. A few of them I was expecting, but the other ones it was just a complete shock.
Yeah.
I'm honestly just beyond proud of myself on how well I done, and now I finally got myself back into education for another 2 years. And
I've had to listen to you for the last 2 years especially, cry and whinge and bitch and moan and oh my god, am I going to pass it?
It was, our year got it hard because the past 2 years got it easy. They didn't have to sit exams, and they didn't have to, we were supposed to start exams in like year 10, 11 and never had that experience. So we were the first year since the pandemic that had to go in and sit exams and deal with all that when we've never actually done it. Whereas all the other years got a pass by doing, predicted grades and stuff. So it was a lot more nerve-wracking for us.
Well, you get the bonus though, you get the results.
I did. I got my results.
And you were on TV.
And I was on TV.
Yeah, we were on UTV, Ulster Television here in Northern Ireland, or ITV here in the UK. The interview, the segment for the programme is actually still on the website, itv.com. You want to go in there and watch it. You see Brooke and I at the very end hugging each other. We're 9 years squeezed the life out of her.
I know, I was near crying. It was good.
It was a good day. It was a very proud day.
And the fact I got to have my favourite teacher, the one who's brought me into that school, who was there for me since the day I stepped foot in the doors of the school, and she was there with me to open my results as well, and I don't think she could have been any more prouder, because she was also my music teacher, who was the one who pulled me through it all, because I was really struggling with that part of it, and she decided, you know what, you need to get this, and she pulled me right through from second year right up to where I am now, and she is still my form teacher now, back into school, and she's taken me again for another 2 years. So
I'm sure she's buying plenty of paracetamol from Tesco's.
I'm sure.
Plenty of paracetamol and plenty of earplugs. Don't worry, next time we're on Stanaline, both Lewis and I going to the match, we'll get free samples from Stanaline and give them to your teacher.
I know, I can be a hassle, but she loves me really.
Let's get on to you, young man. You're now into your third year of secondary school, or high school, you want to call it. What have you been up to since the last time I had a podcast? Let's think. Well, you're 13 now, you've grew up. His voice is Brooke. Do you remember the last podcast we done? He had a squeaky voice. But summertime's now officially over. Recently, you and I have been away to quite a lot of football trips, and we were in Cardiff, Wales as well, and Bristol. Brooke didn't go because she didn't want to go. But summer-wise is over. Back to school, young man. It's now your important time.
Aye.
Is that all you got to say? It's just that. You don't know what to say.
A lot of things you've missed and all I've been doing.
Yeah, and your sister's basically told you your first day back, it's now time to knuckle down.
It really is. Like, he's got maybe this is your last year of freedom, and next year you're going to be doing your big GCSEs.
This is the last year of freedom of all the teachers that they tell you, you better start, what do you call it? No, you better start concentrating now. You don't have any freedom this year. You have to do all this. You have to pick your exam. Like, I want to have
That's
a
true.
little bit of freedom. You said it's my last year of freedom. I don't think it is. Freedom of the teachers are telling you no.
And on the first episode of the podcast, we have a riot.
Because
Fight me.
it is a case of where you need to really start working hard, because this is where it decides what band you get into and what GCSEs you're going to be able to pick.
Anyway, moving on. Congratulations once again, Brooke. We are trying to keep this family friendly on the Tuesday episode. No fighting, please. And I don't think you'll be able to listen to the Thursday episode or each week, where I can talk about whatever I want and say whatever I want. Anyway, young man, we've been on quite a lot of trips. We were in Cardiff, Wales recently. We were also in Bristol, which we're going to hopefully get back to a family trip soon. Your thoughts on that trip? Because it was quite a fun trip, wasn't it?
It actually was. Thinking about it, the show was good. Bristol was actually good.
Here's the guy that said at the very start, before we even went away, he goes, Dad, this is the way he talks, Brooke, Dad, Bristol and Cardiff looks really old and boring. And then when he gets there, it's like, Dad, this place is actually pretty cool.
No, Cardiff was a lot better than Bristol, I have to admit. Bristol looks a lot like an old-fashioned type of town. Cardiff is like...
Kind of like what Bangor looks like nowadays.
Exactly, but like...
That's where we live, by the way, in case somebody doesn't know where we live in Bangor. And the place is falling apart, but we'll say no more about that.
Leave Bangor out of this. What did I ever do to you?
You don't even want to know.
Exactly.
I'll save that for the unleashed version, guys. Moving on. So you enjoy Cardiff more?
Yeah, because like it's more like modern. There's like loads of like shops around everywhere. Like where we were staying in Bristol, that I don't think that there's actually an Asda, but that was a good thing because there's Greggs, there was McDonald's.
Oh, Greggs.
We're going to get on. We're going to get on.
Accessories in it.
Oh,
anyway,
Greggs.
Moving on. Yes, we're going to talk about that in just a second. Hold the thought on Greg's, guys. We're going to talk about this in just a second because we're going to
start an argument today.
No, because we're going to tell the story for people who don't watch our YouTube channel about this whole history here with these bakeries here in the UK. Moving on. Overall, did you have a good trip in relation? We went to WWE Clash at the Castle. We met.
I still can't get over what you told me yesterday. About to spell stadium.
On the Stanley side, yeah, I know, it's because it's Welsh. But we met a lot of viewers out there from our YouTube channel, which we obviously want to say thank you to everybody come up and said hello to us. We also went to the show. We also seen a lot of scenery. We seen the castle itself in Cardiff. It was a great trip. And if you want to go back and watch the videos, guys, on the YouTube channel, go and check them out. They are there to watch. Mirror Army YouTube channel on there. You want to go and check out the trips, the videos from the trips itself. Also, we've been to Liverpool this season already. We are heading back soon. Well, I'm heading back before you. I'm heading back to the Liverpool Rangers game. Which, but I'm heading back to Anfield. As you all probably know, guys out there who follow our channel, I go to quite a lot of Liverpool games. But overall, it's been a pretty good summer. Would you agree with that, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, do you agree? Obviously, you spent most of your summer working.
Yeah, I'm with Paul.
Shout out to Paul, by the way, if he's listening.
I doubt he is, trust me. Too busy playing his games.
Yes, Lewis has a YouTube channel as well, guys. You want to subscribe to that as well. I forgot to give it a plug at the start. Lewis Moore, was it Lewis Moore it's called, isn't it? Yeah.
YouTube channel died years ago.
I was going to say that.
100 subscribers, just letting you know that.
Oh no.
Get a petition going here. I think we should get a petition online with our ours.
GoFundMe, raise £100 for Brooke Luis channel.
You would.
Brooke's now on Patreon.
Aye, when, John?
Moving away from everything though, summer holidays are over, we're back to school and everything's sort of going. But on a serious note, guys, this episode's going out on Tuesday. Yesterday was a big day for the whole country of the UK.
Yep.
As you probably all know out there, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 14 days or something like that. The Queen Elizabeth II, had passed away at the age of 96.
For 70 years of reign.
Sorry?
So she reigned for over 70 years.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she was 23 or 22 when she became Queen. I mean, the funeral was yesterday. The state funeral was on from, I think it was like 10 in the morning. It was on longer than that, Brooke. Yeah, it was on for longer than that. It was a long day, but it was a day that, you know, I thought I'd never see coming around. No. Obviously, your generation, you're a lot younger than me, of course, but strange day. Strange lot of days. It's just been an eerie feeling. I'm going to touch more about it on the Unleashed version, where I can talk more freely about it on Thursday coming up. There's a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. I mentioned it briefly on the vlog, which could I say really pissed me off. There's a lot of stuff going on. People taking it too far. People making out a lot of stuff that it shouldn't be. I mean, I don't care what religion you are, what background you walk from. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. We're all as one. And a few things I want to talk about it obviously on Thursday, if I remember to. But yes, guys, you obviously have only been on the planet 16 and 13 years.
It's not even the point. They were like, even you, from your very start of your life, she's always been our queen, you know what I mean? Even though you're way older than us, you've still, from the very start of your life, it's the only queen you've ever known, you know. And it is strange now, because it's saying that we, in our lifetime, are never ever going to see a queen again. It's always going to be a king.
You never know.
I don't know.
Because if, I don't say it's the thing to talk about here, like, but say Charles and his partner passes away, then I think, is it William's next in the line?
I think so, yeah.
And his wife will be queen.
I know, but I don't think we'll ever actually have like a proper like queen like she was ever again. It'll always be.
Well, yeah, probably towards the end of your time, not my time, like, but
yeah.
But
it is a sad thing to happen. Like, you know, death's always going to be sad, no matter who it is, and the fact it is our queen.
Her mum lived in their hundreds.
I know. All of them have lived quite old, and
well, they have to think with the lifestyle that they have, like, and the way they're looked after and stuff. But you don't even know what her mum was like. Her mum was awesome. Yeah. Our Queen Mother, she was amazing. So she was such a small, lovely wee lady, and she was so frail and tiny, and you know, every time you seen her, she always had a smile on her face, and she lived in their hundreds too.
What? The Queen done the exact same thing. She was always smiling. She was.
But that last ever photograph of her when you seen her hands.
So sad, bless her. Like, I felt so bad for her. You just, because that's where it came out. It was the photo, and everyone was like, she's not well, and then the next few days later, she was gone. That was her. You know,
strange.
She was such a, like, she was even looking at photos of her. I know I didn't know much about her, but even looking at photos of her, she was such like she seemed so bright. You've ever heard of whenever she said, I'm not going to wear like anything dull, she's like, I'll never be able to stand out, and all she ever done was wear bright colours and smile, and she was always just...
One photograph for me stands out for me in my lifetime. Now, I'm 41 now, but one photograph will always stand out for me was the time of her husband's funeral, where she was sat in the place on her own with a mask on, sitting on her own at her husband's funeral. You know what I mean? That photograph will always stand out as a picture that people will never ever forget about her. And then the last photograph taken on the Tuesday before she passed away, where you seen all her hands were all bruised, and well, they looked bruised anyway or whatever. Yeah. But some of the stuff I've seen happening over the last week or so, you know, people mocking it. I know. You know, at the end of the day, it's again, I don't care what religion you are, where you come from, but at the end of the day, show a bit of respect. But I'll touch more on that and how I feel about that on Thursday. But again, strange one. Like Lewis, you're only 13. You've only ever known the Queen.
13 years.
But
Wait, no.
now we've got a king.
Oh, okay.
So, pardon?
No offense to him, but like,
He was next in line, regardless what anybody says.
It's not queen anymore then. So it's like,
No, his wife's the queen. Is a queen consort or something it's called.
I mean,
She's technically like a queen, but she's not a full.
who can be the queen?
Well, the next one after them will be William and Kate. I think it's William's during line because obviously Harry took his royal duties and went away because of his, could we say his wife or drama queen wife. But I'll talk more about that again. But anyway,
But you're saying that his wife will become queen
Yes.
if thingy.
William becomes king
Yeah, but how does that work? Why can't? What do you call him now?
because King Charles is the king now because he's next in line.
How can Charles' wife not be the queen too?
Because Charles was already married once before. If he was still married to William and Harry's mum, who's no longer with us, Diana, she would have been queen. See?
So you can't get married.
Do your research.
So you can't be married more than twice then, or you can't have your wife cannot be queen.
Because she's not William and Harry's mum, as far as I think that's right.
Alright, that's
Something like that. It's the same.
It's complicated.
It's weird because you think about it, the Queen's husband couldn't be king, even though he's Charles's dad.
Yeah, it's because that I think
Because he part German or something, is he? Last name, he's part German. I don't know. Couldn't tell you, but anyway, at the end of the day, Lewis, Charles is king.
But basically, in our lifetime, we'll probably never have a queen again.
You will.
Until it becomes
You will.
children who are now like Princess Charlotte or something like
No,
that.
it'll be William and next in line with Kate,
But we'll never have a proper queen like she will.
which Kate I must say is quite pretty. She's a pretty girl,
I think Meghan's prettier.
but back in the day, Diana was a proper princess.
She should have been queen. She deserved it.
Diana's a proper princess, and that's my opinion on it. But at the end of the day, she's unfortunately passed away 25 years ago, and I remember more like it was yesterday. But
History.
you want to talk about history? We're talking about the Queen passed away.
No, but this is history, right? I was learning about this in history, right? You know, I had the first man on the moon. Yeah, right.
So,
You know,
the way he is, sometimes I think he's wired to the moon.
No, you know why the guy was filmed walking on the moon
Yes.
when someone was standing
Armstrong.
outside filming and walking on.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that guy not filming who was the first man on the moon? Not him. No, that makes sense. If the guy was on the moon filming him walking out, he must be the first man on the moon.
I think he's wired to the moon. You don't think so?
Where did you get them in from, Diana?
Who told you this?
No, I was learning history. We were talking about the first man on the moon. I was like, but if someone filmed him
Can I just
walking out-
ask?
No, but
Can I
listen.
just ask? Was it your teacher told you this?
No, I figured it out myself.
Brick, do us a favour. There's a battery pack out the back, or go and get rechargeable batteries and recharge him back up to the moon again.
No, have you not actually? No, can you actually listen for once and actually
He has a
listen?
point.
No, but listen.
It was filmed from inside the.
No, it wasn't.
No.
I watched it earlier on YouTube and inside history.
See, this is
No, the actual video of
Okay.
it, when it happened, and the guy was filming outside. You can tell it was someone filming it. because
check,
it's shaking.
please.
I have a question for you.
What?
How did you get this from Diana?
I don't know. I was
from
thinking in my
going
head
from
like I need to speak history.
From going from Princess Diana to the first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong. How did we get there?
Told you there's battery packs at the back there. Go and get them charged up, and we'll wire them back up to the moon again.
My brain just thinks different.
You're full of nonsense. Anyway,
What else can we say about
yes, it's been a sad week for anybody who is upset about the Queen and stuff passing away. And Coca-Cola just had a wee sip. That was quite nice, actually. Coca-Cola, if you're listening, any chance of a sponsor?
Sponsor
But anyway, yes, moving away from the Queen. Anybody out there who wants to sponsor the podcast, whether it be local or anywhere online, you can certainly get in contact because we haven't plugged everything just yet. We've got a new email for the podcast, which is mirarmypodcast@yahoo.com. Yeah. If you want to contact us on there, guys, or you can contact me on social media, which is official Matthew Moore, or the official Moore Army Facebook page. You can go on there, drop a like on that page for us as well, guys, and also follow the YouTube channels of myself and this clown beside me because he's sitting here wanting to get another plug.
Hey, if you want to sponsor me, anyone out there, just my.
Going back, speaking of sponsors, right? Here's the thing.
No, let me say my thing first, right? So if you want to sponsor me, my email is lewismoreofficial@gmail.com. Thank you very much.
He's full on. I think his battery pack's running. He's wired to that moon up there. Anyway, we're going to talk here about. He was touching on. We're talking about Cardiff there. Bakeries.
Greg's. Did you go to
Guys, if anybody out there who watches our vlogs will probably all know, unless you've lived under a rock, again, Lewis is obsessed with a little bakery in England, unfortunately not available here in Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland. It's called Pound Bakery, where Lewis, every time we go to Liverpool or Blackpool or wherever it is we go to in the UK, this Egypt decides to go and try and find himself a Pound Bakery, which he has found on many occasions. And he also started contacting them on social media, which they replied to him on multiple occasions, and guess what they've done? If you haven't saw the vlog, go and watch it, where they sent him a free care package in the post, where they sent him vouchers for Pound Bakery, and also a free, which was say, not available to the public, Pound Bakery hoodie, which he received. Now, Lewis, your granda, obviously, who's probably listening to this as well, has a bit of a rivalry with you here as in the Moore family. He supports Greg's Bakery, you support Pound Bakery. The debate is, which is better?
I vote Greg's. All the way, Greg's.
You're just saying at the win.
Paul has a vote on this too. Me and him vote Greg's. That's 3 against 1.
I go Pound Bakery though.
I was going to say something. I was going to try to ask you a question, but then you just automatically answered it yourself.
Guys, anybody over there in the mainland UK, now we do have a lot of people who watch us on YouTube. If you go to Pound Bakery in the UK or Greg's, what do you prefer? So maybe put a poll up on
Instagram.
On Instagram or on Facebook or whatever, even on our website. By the way, guys, I forgot to plug the website too, moorarmy.co.uk. And also, sorry to cut you off, guys, new official merchandise for the podcast. Get all your merch at moorarmy.co.uk.
Buy now.
We have released this morning t-shirts, winter jumpers and hoodies.
I'll be taking a jumper.
Yes, Moore Army podcast, hoodies and things. See, I have all these things that, we're just shooting this from the hip. Normally I have everything organised. My years of working in radio, I'm normally sitting down with everything right down in front of me. I'll be doing that on Thursday's show because I've got quite a lot to talk about and I have a lot to get off my chest on Thursday. By the way, back to the subject at hand, Lewis Moore. Pound Bakery, what is your obsession with Pound Bakery?
Just nice. Leave me and my food alone. I'm a very hungry boy half the time and I love my Pound Bakery. I wouldn't see if Greg.
See, you've got a quite an established taste for sausage rolls. You know it reminds me of Lad Baby.
Do we have any in the fridge yet?
I remember whenever we were like really young, we used to buy sausage rolls, and I swear I went in the next day for a sausage roll and they were gone.
He has an acquired taste for sausage rolls, and it kind of reminds me of Lad Baby, who loves Greg's. He's Pound Bakery. I think we should try and get in contact with those guys and do like a bit of a collab. Yeah, Pound Bakery versus Greg's. I would go to Nottingham just to meet that guy, to have a challenge to watch against who's the best.
Here, that would be one of the best videos I could ever make.
I don't encourage my children to be any way remotely violent or nasty or evil towards people, but whenever we were in Bristol, first of all, where our apartment was, right across the street, there was an Asda, which funny enough inside had a McDonald's inside Asda. And also a Greg's inside Asda. This clown decides, obviously wearing his Pound Bakery hoodie because he thought it was going to be cold, walks up to the doors of Greg's, looks into the staff in the eyes and goes, haha, Pound Bakery's better.
I remember in the town as well, I shouted it in the Greg's as well.
And in Cardiff, walking through the middle of a busy day in Cardiff, again, walks up and goes, looks at the staff, how you doing? By the way, Pound Bakery's better. Like,
I'll show you all 3 clips.
Do you know how embarrassing that was?
That would be. I'm sorry. I love Pound Bakery. Pound Bakery is amazing whenever you're over in England. But see over here, Greg's sausage rolls. There's nothing better.
Shut you up.
No, thank you.
Nothing better.
Right, well, we're not going to have to put a wrestling ring or a UFC cage in here. Like, no fighting over bakeries.
And they do donuts, and they do so much more things.
So does Pound Bakery. Pound Bakery does like a full proper bakery.
What do you call it? Like, what do you call them? Drinks. I can't remember what drinks was called.
They do all types of food, including his favourite food as well.
Yeah.
Pizza. Yes.
Yes, that's to do now.
And like a pound coffee, which you ate, by the way, in Blackpool.
Try me. Here, does Greg have a Greg cafe? No.
Yeah, they have a sit-in part in their Greg.
Yeah, but that's not a Greg.
It's not a proper cafe.
It doesn't matter. It's still a sit-in part.
Right. We need to calm this down. You need a referee in here. Hold on, I'm going to go here and call your granda. I want to call your granda because your granda's an ex-wrestling referee. I'm going to get him to bring his shirt around here and we'll call it in the middle here. Like, get the referee shirt out.
Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy you a sausage roll from Greg's and I'm going to put it in a pound bakery wrapper and make you eat it.
Well, I'll tell the difference.
You know the difference right away.
No way. Well, yeah, because Greg's ones are better.
Greg's is like eating out of a dirty baby napper.
I think Greg's sausage rolls are so good.
I'm not a big fan. Well, I like their sausage roll, but pound bakery just has that sort of, I don't know. Anyway, closing the subject of bakeries, guys, what do you think out there? Anybody out there in the UK? What's better? Obviously, a lot of supporters are probably going to support him because they watch Lewis on the channel. But anyway, yes, let's get away from that for now. Honestly, no. We're not talking about any more about bakery because I will not have to ring your granda and get your granda around to come out of retirement and be a referee again where he has to put his referee shirt on and stand in the middle of where we're recording this podcast and literally get your ass kicked between the two of you because I'll end up...
I'll wear Greg's top, he can wear pound bakery.
I'll throw it out a window, don't worry about it.
Did you see the vlog, Brooke, where we were standing or Primark as the English call it, where they had Greg's jackets, t-shirts, basketball, here, his favourite sport of all as well, a basketball outfit.
Contact Pound Bakery and ask them to do basketball t-shirts.
No. Now, if Pound Bakery and Greg's out there want to sponsor the podcast, certainly they can.
Want to come on ahead, like I got no issue. I'll eat the sausage rolls all day long and plug it all day long. I got no issue.
Anybody out there wants to sponsor the podcast, especially Greg's or Pound Bakery, certainly get in contact with us.
Here, will Brooke start a channel back up for Greg's?
If Greg sponsors, I will officially start my YouTube channel back.
What are you going to do on it?
No comment. Right, we're now going to clear the subject up because it's starting to get a little bit heated and I don't really want to be having to separate two grumpy teenagers. Well, they're not so much grumpy anymore, like, but even so. But anyway, yes, it's been a... They're Stan shaking hands now after Stan yelling at each other for the last 30 seconds or a minute or so, but in all seriousness, I don't know. But anyway, guys, in future episodes here on the podcast, if you want to get in touch with us, certainly you can. By the email, the social media, you can contact us on there and we will read out your questions, we will read out your requests. If you have any, like for example, birthday messages, anniversary messages, anyway you want to get in touch with us, want to share any stories with us or anything like that there, you want to talk to us about anything at all, share a story or whatever in relation to what's on our channel, because we do get quite a lot of people who contact our channel and tell us their story, like for example, you know, people going through hard times, even especially during lockdown. Over 2 years ago, they were watching our videos to keep them going through lockdown. Anything at all, guys, you want to get in touch with us, drop us an email, mirrorarmypodcast@yahoo.com. Also, contact us on social media. If you're watching this here on YouTube, all the links for the social media are in the channel. And again, if anybody would like to sponsor the podcast, certainly get in touch with us. I've been talking to a couple of sponsors, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks we do get a sponsor. Can
we have a hint of who it is?
Let's just say it's a thing where it sponsors quite a lot of podcasts and it keeps you nice and trimmed and fresh.
Oh yes, I'll be taking that.
So yes, moving on. Well, it's just that's the thing. Whenever you don't have notes, you just sort of sit and talk.
That's why it is on YouTube podcasts and all that. Because like on YouTube podcasts, they're not really scripted, but like on the radio station,
we're not. This is on Apple and also on Spotify.
That's the way you're meant to be. You're just meant to talk about random subjects, which just come straight to your head. I understand, like a radio, you're meant to like physically with a script. You have a script there in front of you to talk about something. But like this is not meant to be scripted.
Let's just talk about this now. I wanted to bring this up briefly. We're under 90 days to Christmas.
I know.
What? Really? An excitement.
Excited. Which means it's only like 50 odd days to my birthday.
Just like a 2-year-old like coming to Christmas time.
I know. Can I just say, for everybody out there who's listening,
you got no Christmas presents yet?
It's not even Halloween yet. Like, give you an example. I walked into B&M bargain store the other day. Like, seriously, I actually felt like walking up to the manager and going, just look at them dead in the eye with a serious look in my face, like Dexter Lumis from WWE. That stare he has, that creepy stare list where he's just not. Guys, anybody who doesn't watch wrestling out there, just Google it. Dexter Lumis, WWE, and look at a photograph of the stare he gives. Walk up to a member of staff and just look at them like that and go, are you actually out of your mind? It is the end of August. It's nice September, obviously now, but August, and you're putting out Christmas stuff. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Really?
Here, do Do you even know the Tesco garage now actually has like Christmas, like, what do you call those? Milky buttons and like for pastels and then you walk in Tesco's and all and you see every single Christmas decoration, like, where are all the Halloween things going? I get my Halloween decorations in.
Halloween's not even here yet. Here's the thing. When I was a kid, you didn't really see the Christmas stuff till about the middle of November. Now they're putting them out on the shelf at the end of July, early August.
Do you know what I'm going to dress up as for Halloween?
Santa.
I was going to say Christmas tree, but yeah.
Do you want to sleep in the shed?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you'll not be dressing up as anything Christmas and Halloween this year, trust me. No. Why do people put... I worked in retail for years. Why, for the love of Pete, do you put Christmas stuff out at the end of August?
Because Christmas is amazing and everyone loves it.
It's the most
wonderful time of the year. That's fine.
And at the end of this podcast, guys, we're bringing it to the end now. We're Brooke and Lewis have left the room, and their dad has actually officially thrown them out of the house.
On Halloween.
You be rude.
Max Caster from AEW.
You could do that. We have to talk about wrestling. Lewis couldn't even wrap a present, never mind do a wrap.
Exactly. That's such a good point. See, at Christmas, you just look at it and you go, I have no clue what to even try, I guess.
Lewis at this point has these wrestlers and all elite wrestling. Lewis likes them because they do rap, and Lewis thinks he's funny and thinks he could do a rap. But as I said to you, Lewis, he couldn't wrap a present, never mind do a rap itself.
I just wrap your presents badly because I give up half the time.
Or he gets me to do it for him.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think I'm pretty good at rapping.
Christmas. When we're on the subject of Christmas, let's just change it for a second. I know we shouldn't even be talking about Christmas because it's not even near Halloween. I want to ask you individually, without being interrupting each other. Okay. I'll start with clown shoes here beside me, Brooke. For what you remember, what's your favourite Christmas memory?
I can't remember what I did 2 days ago and you're asking me what my favourite Christmas memory. You actually kidding me?
Go ahead.
I think.
I'll let you have
Oh, I know. The day I got my Nintendo Switch and my gaming chair and all that for Christmas. That's the day. Oh, that day.
I think I know what your one is, but obviously we'll ask you anyway. What's your favourite Christmas memory?
Well, what do you think it is? It's not the day I cried.
The day you got your phone?
Nope. It's not. I've got two, but it's linked to the same person. So it was maybe 2 years ago, 3 maybe, the time I gave Granda his birdhouse.
Oh, yeah.
And then last year when I gave him the wee angel and he cried.
Oh, the one for his mum's grave? Yeah.
Yeah. I just can't get my pet. It's the way his face was whenever he got it, because it was so... Like, it was so recent, obviously, that it happened, and then he got something special, and it said something nice on it, and I think it was just... It's everything. It's about... Christmas, for me, is about family. It's not about taking and receiving things. It's about seeing everyone else's reaction to what you get them. You know what I mean? It's about everyone else being happy around you. That's what Christmas kind of means to me. Like, it's about family, and the way Granda was and reacted, and even the time you got Nanny, the photos of her brother, that even was quite... warming, because it was so meaningful to her. Like, I just love gifts that are really, really, really meaningful to someone, to the point where maybe they do shed a tear, you know what I mean? Because then it just shows it means a lot to them, and you've done something good to make them happy, and you're not just being it to be selfish, you know what I mean? You're not just thinking, oh, I get gifts at Christmas. You're actually making someone else happy as well.
You want to know what my favourite one is?
What?
2. 1 was the year I got my second Mega Drive. Woo woo! 1992. Yo-ho. And the year I got FIFA 95 for the Mega Drive. Yeah.
2 Mega Drives.
Whenever we used to have a Toys R Us in Bangor.
Oh.
They were the days like at the old Spring Hill Shopping Centre, which is no longer here anymore. Yeah, Nanny got me it before Christmas and wasn't allowed to touch it until Christmas Day. And I had to sit and wait for like 7 weeks.
For what? For
the play FIFA 95. And when I finally got it, it was the best thing ever. And I still play it to this day.
I thought you were going to turn around and say the time I opened all my presents when I was younger.
Should we tell that story? Yeah, we should actually. We should do an episode closer to Christmas and talk about Christmas stories. But I'll tell you this one here right now. I'm lying in bed. We'll say it was about 4 or 5 in the morning, and Brooke and Lewis's mum and I were sleeping, and I heard all this kerfuffling going on downstairs, and this little so and so beside me here decided to take it upon herself to go down the stairs And walk into the living room and go, oh, look, Santa's been in. Just open up everything and just play my new bike. And we heard all this scuffling down the stairs, and I went down, and she's just there, and it ended up causing a whole big row because your mummy lost her rag and took it out on me, and then we ended up having an argument on Christmas morning, and you just sat there like you're doing right now and pissing yourself laughing.
Because I just wanted my bike, clearly.
But you could have waited because Santa was coming.
Well, Santa came early, clearly.
Yeah,
because I was able to
you weren't allowed to go downstairs without your mum and dad, remember?
Well, what age was I? Like 4?
Why?
No, you were about what? What year was that? 2000 and let me think. 10 or 11. So you're talking about 10 years ago. You're about 6.
See? So it's not my fault. I was like 6.
See, there is a crack in your halo above your head after all.
Always.
Balloon head. But yes, we should do a dedicated Christmas episode.
We actually need to.
Yeah. We're actually sitting here recording this now and the sun's shining through the window. Lewis, could you be so kind to go up and like close that blind thing over there to get that sun from my face? What's that?
Orwa.
Oh yes, this is newbie saying he has. Well, we've done do all these wee sayings and stuff like that, and Lewis thinks he's funny, but at the time of this recording, the sun's shining through into the room. Thank you, Lewis, that's done now. But
Move your feet.
nowhere else to put my feet up, only on your seat.
Here, this is my seat, not yours. Do
But yeah, Christmas stuff in the shops. Pardon?
you want to have a chair match?
No. Anyway, yes, the Christmas stuff in the shops should not be happening until at least after Halloween. Like seriously, sort it out. Anybody out there who has a retail shop, I think in future reference, I'm going to walk into their shop and just look at him with a Dexter Loomis stare. You have to check this person out, guys, on Google. Just Google him. He looks like one of them evil Nazi soldiers, doesn't he? He just stares at you like, he just cuts you to bits whenever he looks at you. But yeah, it's crazy. But also at the minute, I think I'm getting a bit of a cold. Does it probably sound like I'm getting a bit of a cold?
I don't know. I feel like everyone is, though. Everyone seems to be getting really sick of them.
I know it's not COVID.
No, everyone seems to be getting sick. I think it's because the weather's changing. It's probably all it is.
You sound like an old granny.
Excuse me. Not my fault.
Wife too.
It's not though. Whenever the weather changes, everyone tends to get really sick for some
You
reason.
always kind of sick in the
Doesn't help the fact when I had a shower this afternoon, I had loads of soap up my nose and it's been sneezing me ever since.
Oh, well, aren't you smart? Jeez.
I hate that. That's two things that makes me sneeze a lot. Is whenever I'm having the shower and I get soap up my nose, which is obviously happens to anybody, or if I eat two pieces of chewing gum together.
Yeah.
Like it's two, and I just go, and you just keep sneezing. I mean, even during COVID, the time it happened one time, I was around your nanny and she thought I had COVID. She was like, oh my god, he's sneezing. No, chewing gum.
I know, you always get like that. You always sneeze with 2 pieces of chewing gum.
It's always especially that airways chewing.
Yeah, it's always the airwave.
Oh no. I hate that one as well because it's like really, really like no, it's like too strong for you. And then like, but then like I eat 2 pieces of chewing gum anywhere else and it's like perfectly fine. It's just that one. It's just like you can't eat it,
Oh, that's too strong.
especially the start of it. As soon as you bite into it.
Chewing gum, I don't like chewing gum.
You didn't even brush your teeth.
Apparently, it helps your brain.
Excuse me, I brush my teeth every morning.
Here's another story for you. The reason why you brush your teeth so much now is because you don't want to get back into that situation you fell back into a few years ago. If anybody who has watched my channel for a long time on YouTube, it was about 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, Brooke got a severe toothache where it was at the point where she ended up in hospital. Watch the vlog where we are at the Belfast Giants ice hockey, where she ended up being taken into the emergency room to be given gas with like paracetamol in it to kill the pain, and then as soon as it wore off, she squealed the street down. Then she went to the Ulster Hospital and squealed all night. She finally got an injection in her mouth and got the tooth out the next morning. And see, ever since that day, you've brushed your teeth so many times now, it's like you can see your reflection in your teeth now.
No, but I did brush my teeth. It was just obviously I didn't think much of it, and then it was that dentist. He done something with my cavity and like hit a nerve, and then I was just like, no, you know what? Never again. Not getting any more cavities. Like it's just. I just didn't. It was because I was up at I was keeping me up to like 7 in the morning. I remember one time I couldn't sleep, so I came down here because it was nice and cold. And you came in the next morning. What are you doing lying on that sofa?
What about the time I was dead in Liverpool? You slept in the bathroom floor.
Oh my god, yeah, my cramps. I had really bad back pains that night, and we had none of the shops were open for paracetamol.
You were getting on like you had a toothache.
It was like a heater thing, you know, those things you put the towels on in the bathroom, and I ended up sleeping in the bathroom. I was so bad. I couldn't sleep in my normal bed, and there was no hot water bottle or nothing. So I was just stuck sleeping in the bathroom.
Unbelievable. But that time with the toothache, guys, honestly, oh my god, that night in that hospital.
That was horrendous.
Oh, unreal. And as soon as you got the injection, it was like, oh, as soon as the injection, we were like, oh. It was like, you all right now? And it's like, yeah.
worst part was, this is what I found hilarious. You said to me, you were like, right, when I got it taken out, no sleeping for a bit, because obviously I hadn't slept very much, no eating. So I had a cup of tea, I think. We came home, and I went, right, I'm going to go to bed. Woke up with a big pile of blood just right beside me. And I had white bed sheets on, and I just woke up with a big pile of blood from my mouth. And I was like, oh, it's fine. I just fell back asleep.
I remember the time you lost your first tooth. You thought it was the end of the world. You come into me crying. You were like, Daddy, my tooth's out. I was like, okay, it happens. It's your baby teeth falling out. But I'm not a baby anymore. It's like, no, they're called your baby teeth. And you cried for 3 days, and you were like, oh, my tooth came out. And then, was it one of the old vlogs or something we were watching, or an old photograph? And remember the other week we saw Lewis there with no front teeth?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that wasn't in a vlog, is it? Oh, why are these videos so embarrassing?
Well, I did warn you years ago. Here, people there who don't know the backstory, this young lady here, it is your fault, because I watched a YouTuber for years now. I still watch him now and again. Not so much at all since his dad died, but, and Lewis is still in my drink here while we're sitting here. I was watching this guy on YouTube, and we were talking about watching YouTubers and stuff like that there, and the next minute Brooke came in and goes, Daddy, we should do that there. YouTubers get really big money and they really become famous and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, Brooke. And at this stage I was already making videos anyway through local football, and I've been making videos since I was a kid. So I still have hundreds of DVDs and hard drives and stuff like that there with all these old footage I used to make from like football on TV and wrestling and all different things, and computer game videos even before they started posting computer game videos on the likes of YouTube and stuff, Twitch and whatever else there is out there. But yeah, it was Brooke kept coming in going, oh, Daddy, oh, God. I was like, no. Second time she came in, I'll have a think about it, Brooke, away you go. Third time she came in, but Daddy, it'll be fun. I mean, okay, we'll give it a go. When is it, March? We started YouTube. It'll be 7 years this March. Like, seriously, 7 years ago, and it's all your fault.
It's not my fault. I'm going to protest against it for the rest of my life.
Picket signs, stand outside and protest?
Yeah.
No.
Like, I went from being in the vlogs like every day to like I think I'm in it like once a month now if I'm lucky. Like, I just don't.
Because you're never home, that's why.
I'm grown up. Like, I don't really. It's not my thing anymore. It's more used to, you know.
Really see when she's got her own kids and she's around here all the time torturing me. She'll be on my vlogs all the time with her own wee kiddies. Daddy, can you babysit for me?
Oh,
no.
You're not going to be in one of my videos soon, aren't you?
Oh, here you were in one of his videos. You were slapping the hell out of each other about that tortilla thing.
I find it hilarious.
Do you know, I actually watched The Rock and Kevin Hart do that. It's really, really funny.
Well, Lewis has agreed to let me be in one of his gaming videos. We're gonna like play a game together. I know when he
What are you
plays
playing?
the Xbox back. Either Minecraft, Fortnite, or what was the other one?
Fall Guys. I don't have
Fall Guys.
I don't have it installed no more, so you better
So-
play Fortnite.
Well, I'll probably play Fortnite and get killed.
I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Yes, so are we in agreements then, Lewis, that it's Brooke's fault?
No.
Don't know, actually, because I think I mentioned to you once before she mentioned it to you, too.
It was Brooke. I always remember it like it was yesterday. Remember it like it was yesterday.
Because I always thought on you.
So we're in agreements today that it's Brooke's fault, and Christmas stuff should not be in the shops at all until at least November.
And Pound Bakery's better than Greg's.
As Lewis would say about
Pound Bakery.
I don't know anymore. Anyway, guys, yes, I'm going to wrap the podcast up now. I've been recording nearly 45 minutes, guys. It's insane. This is just a wee episode of us just sort of coming in and saying hello to you and stuff like that. Now, obviously, the guys are not going to be in the podcast next week. I don't know why that. Maybe one or two, maybe might drop in. I don't know why he's are or not,
I'm
but
going to say you and me.
okay. Well, just this is a bit of a warning, guys, for everybody who's listening to the podcast now. Thursday's episodes will be more on the edge, where I can speak more freely. I can say whatever I want. There will contain maybe a bit of strong language in the podcast. Hence why I'm doing a family-friendly version on a Tuesday, and then on a Friday or a Thursday, will be what we're calling the unleashed version of the podcast, where I can talk freely. Obviously, say things within limit, of course. But if I want to say drop a few f-bombs or whatever, or anything like that, there I can certainly do that. So if you are an adult and your child will listen to this podcast, I would advise them to listen more to the Tuesday podcast. But that's just up to yourself, whatever one you want to listen to, because there's a lot of YouTubers or podcasters out there who do swear in their shows. And this is my platform to get a lot off my chest. And I will be doing that on obviously YouTube. If you're listening to this on YouTube, subscribe to the new channel, guys. All the links for it in the description. Also, if you're listening to us on Apple Music, please add us to your playlist. Also, if you listen to us on Spotify, we're on Spotify, Brooke.
Ooh, are we feeling bougie today?
We're on Spotify. I was going to put us on that Google. Is it Google Music or something it's called or whatever?
Huh?
I think the more people...
Google Play? No, that's not Play.
More people just use Spotify, don't they, now, and Apple?
SoundCloud. Put on SoundCloud. I'll listen to it when I'm doing my studying in school.
You don't really want to hear what your dad has to say on Thursday?
No, I don't.
I'm going to be talking a lot of different things. This is just us having a wee family chat. The other podcasts over the next few weeks are going to be more talking about what's going on in the world, how I feel about certain things, what I want to talk about, answering questions, getting people involved in the show. I am going to start talking about, I've mentioned it to a few people, but doing a couple of interviews for shows as well. Because obviously I have a lot of contacts with this, as you know, in football. Maybe we can get a couple of interviews with people as well. Just a lot of content I'm going to be firing in, over the next few weeks. A Coke I've just drank now, it's giving me windy pops. Excuse me. So yes, we've got a lot coming up on the podcast over the next few weeks. This is just the first episode where we're just sitting talking, having a laugh and a joke and saying hello to you guys. So stay tuned for Thursday, because Thursday is going to be good, because I've got a lot to talk about. I'm going to be talking about, obviously, the Queen passing, more, the pandemic that has happened over the last 2 years. Obviously, I can only speak about that to a certain degree, because I don't want to get the podcast shut down. I'll be talking about just general stuff. A lot of personal stuff I'm going to talk about too as well. What's been going on with me over the last, year or two since the last time we've done a podcast here on YouTube and obviously over our platform, and more. So, and obviously want to get more of your questions in, guys. You can certainly do that. Don't forget the email, which is moorarmypodcast at yahoo.com. Also, guys, merch. Don't forget your Moor Army podcast hoodies, t-shirts. Also, your Moor Army stuff you can get as well. Your hoodies for women, t-shirts for women, shopping bags. We're hoping to get wristbands as well made too, Brooke. Some cool wristbands.
That'd be good.
Yep, Moor Army wristbands. We're going to try and get more stuff done as well. I was even offered headbands.
Oh, I wouldn't use that.
A Moor Army bandana.
Oh, jeez.
And more. So it's moorarmy.co.uk. You can listen to the podcast on there as well. You can also get your merch. Check out all our photographs. We post all the time. Any photograph we post on social media goes straight onto there. You can watch all the vlogs. You can also watch Red Men Football Adventures channel as well. Our football adventures where we go to Anfield quite a lot. We do live reaction videos to all the Liverpool games. There's so much content on there. You can go on and watch it. It's moorarmy.co.uk. Right, want to go. He's ready to... This is the first one in the bag. Done. Dustin, anything you want to say before we go?
Adios, amigos.
Good God almighty. You sound like an 80s movie. Anything you want to say?
Have a good...
You want to give yourself a wee plug there before you go?
Oh yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Should be a new video probably tomorrow, maybe. Depends. I'm still in the middle of recording one. I've been recording it since 3 hours yesterday.
And Pound Burger sucks.
Yeah.
Are you wanting to be thrown out the window right now?
I'm joking. Pound Bakery rules.
Right, get up, go. No, actually, anyway.
We need to contact Pound Bakery and get a sponsor.
We need to contact
They don't do sponsors.
See that?
Oh, I'll talk to them.
Greg's do sponsors, so we should get a Greg sponsor. Just saying.
Anybody there who knows Lab Baby or anybody listening, contact Lab Baby and tell them we want a competition between Greg's and Pound Bakery.
Please mention my name, saying that Lewis wants to have a collab with you to see if he can find the best sausage roll in the UK.
And it's definitely gonna be Greg's.
No comment.
Every place in the UK.
Guys, I want to go here. If you're listening to us on YouTube, subscribe below. Check out all the social media links, all the stuff for your merch, and more. So from a crazy Moor household, I'm going to go and tie these two to a tree for the rest of the day because they're arguing and fighting with each other like two little Jenny Anns. Lewis has got up and walked away from the microphone.
I don't understand here.
Are you away?
No.
Well, over to Pound Bakery and get us a Greg's.
Get us a Greg, so you were gonna say Greg, so it's a girl.
Love you all.
Until the next one, guys. I'll see you on Thursday. Prepare yourself for Thursday because I got quite a lot to talk about and I want to get a lot off my chest on Thursday, believe me. And there's going to be a lot of interesting things to talk about as well, and it should be fun. See you on Thursday, guys. Thanks for listening. I was going to say thanks for watching. I'm supposed to say thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, guys, to the first ever episode of the Moor Army podcast, and we will see you back here on Thursday.
Thank you.